Welcome students. Today we will learn microeconomics production possibility curve. Watch this video till the end so that you can understand the whole concept clearly, and don't forget to comment how do you like this video. It motivates us to do more such videos. Thank you. Let's start. Production possibility curve is also known as transformation curve or production possibility frontier. Production possibility curve. Before we study production possibility curve, we need to assume certain points. So assumptions for production possibility curves are: amount of resources in an economy is fixed, but these resources can be transferred from one use to another. With the help of given resources, only two goods can be produced. The resources are fully and efficiently utilized. Resources are not equally efficient in production of all goods. So when resources are transferred from one product to production of one goods to another, the productivity decreases and the level of technology is assumed to be constant. So we need to assume these aspects. Now, what is production possibility curve? Production possibility curve is a curve which shows alternative production possibilities of two goods which can be produced with the given resources and technique of production. Production possibility curve have traditionally represented the range of choices by what they call a production possibility schedule. As you can see in this table, possibility A, let us assume two goods are there, food grain and cash crops. First possibility is that whole of food grain is produced, 105 unit of food grains are produced and all the resources are used in the food grain, so cash crops are 0. At first point there is no MOC, marginal opportunity cost, and no MRT, marginal rate of transformation. At second point B, 100 unit of food grains are produced, so when we sacrifice 5 unit of food grain, in that we can produce 5 unit of cash crops. So to produce 5 more unit of cash crops, we have to sacrifice 5 unit of food grain. So here marginal opportunity cost is 1, that is sacrifice divided by gain. Sacrifice is 5 unit and gain is 5 unit. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, and marginal rate of transformation is 1:1, because at sacrifice 1 you are gaining 1. Next C point, possibility at another possibility is 90. Here you are sacrificing 10 units of food grain to produce 5 more unit of cash crops. So sacrifice 10 divided by gain 5, marginal opportunity cost comes to 2, and this MRT is 2:1 as explained earlier. And you can see this way. Next D unit, you are sacrificing 15 unit to get 5 more unit of cash crops. This happens because all resources are not equally efficient, and these resources are efficient for food grain and not so effective for cash crops. And you can refer this table this way. At last you can see all resources are used for cash crops, so 30 units can be produced and 0 unit of food grains. Now when this schedule is graphically presented, it is called a production possibility frontier or production possibility curve. Production possibility frontier refers to graphical representation of possible combinations of two goods that can be produced with given resources and technology. Alternatively, PPF is the locus of various possible combinations of two goods that can be produced with a given resources and technology. Production possibility curve, as you can see in this graph, there are, when we combine 105 with 0, you can get point A on the y-axis, then cash crops 5 unit and food grain 100, 5, that is B point, 1090 C, 1575 D, 2055 E, 2530 F, and 30 When you join A to G, we get a curve AG, and which is called production possibility curve. So it shows maximum limit of production of both the goods, that is food grains and cash crops. Now any point below this line A to G, below AG line, are attainable bundles, and if any points are outside the AG line, that are called unattainable bundles. If the economy uses all its resources to produce only food grains, then maximum of 105 units can be produced and 0 units of cash crops can be produced. That is 0, 105 with you can see the arrow marked over that point. On the other hand, if all the resources are used to produce only cash crops, then maximum of 30 units can be produced and 0 units of food grain. You can see this with arrow marked over the 30 E point. In between, there are various possibilities with different combinations of food grain and cash crops. You can see B, C, D, E, F. These are the all possibilities when full resources are consumed. Characteristics of production possibility frontier. PPF slopes downwards. First characteristic is production possibility frontier slopes downward. PPC shows all the maximum possible combination of two goods which can be produced with the available resources and technology. In such a case, more of one good can be produced only by taking resources away from the production of another goods. As there exists an inverse relationship between change in quantity of one commodity and change in quantity of the other commodity, so PPF slopes downward from left to right. Now you can see if you want to produce more of cash crops, you have to reduce the production of food grains. So when you want to increase one, you have to reduce the another. So here it slopes downward. PPF is concave shaped. PPF is concave shaped because second characteristic is PPF is concave shaped. PPF is concave shaped because of increasing marginal rate of transformation. That is, more and more units of one commodity are sacrificed to gain an additional unit of other commodity that we have seen earlier. MRP increases because it is assumed that all resources are not equally efficient in production of all goods. As resources are transferred from one good to another, less and less efficient resources have to be employed, and this raises cost and raises marginal rate of transformation. Production possibility curve will shift or rotate in these conditions, either change of resources or change in technology. Now if resources are changed, if resources are increased, then production possibility curve will shift towards the right from original B to it will move to the new PPC curve BA1 B1. Original AB to A1 B1. You can see it will shift towards right. If resources are decreased, then production possibility curve will shift towards leftward and new production possibility curve A1 B1 will be left hand side to the original AB line. Change in technology. When technology changes, rather technology improves, there are three things associated with this. Either technology changes for first good, or it changes for second good, or it changes for both. So if efficient technology for the production of commodity X, in our case it is the production of cash crops. Efficient technology for the production of cash crop would mean more production of cash crop with the same resources. So PPC would rotate as shown in diagram you can see on the screen. Efficient technology for commodity X raises productivity of X. Accordingly, more of X can be produced with the same resource, and thus PPC rotates to the right from AB to AB1. Constant technology for commodity Y implies that maximum production of Y remains constant and equal to OA. So there is no change in production of food grain, but production of cash crop increases. Whereas efficient technology for the production of commodity Y, that is food grain, efficient technology for the production of commodity Y, food grain, would mean that more production of food grain with the same resources, and accordingly PPC would rotate as you can see. Efficient technology for commodity Y, that is food grain, raises productivity of food grain, and so more of food grain can be produced with the same resources. Thus, PPC rotate from AB to A1B. Constant technology for commodity X, that is cash crop, implies that maximum production of X remains same, that is 30 in our example, and here you can see it remains equal to OB.
Or both the technologies are efficient. So if both the technologies are efficient, it will be same as change in resources increase and new, then it will shift towards the right. But if
Thank you for watching.